Um, so yeah, so one of the things that I thought about after the fact is that we didn't have any candles. It was not so bad that we didn't have candles, only because of the fact that the apartment that we rented does have a generator. And here they call that an inversor. So when you're talking to people about, on Airbnb or booking.com or Facebook Marketplace, that is something that you absolutely are going to want to ask about, because I work from home and I would not have been able to do my job successfully had my fiance not asked for a generator, or had me to like really make sure that that was a question that I was asking the gentleman that we rented from. So that is one of the things, like I said, that I thought about after the fact. But even outside of candles, another really good idea would be to have LED lights. I'm talking about the ones that you can get from the dollar store that you use batteries with. You just flip it on and off. That is great for if you don't have a generator, and even if you do have a generator, it's just really good to have that extra light so that you're not using up the electricity all throughout the day, and especially when you're going to need it for when the se fue la luces, because that's always going to happen. I think every day, maybe about 4 times a day, se fue la luz. Every day. So I'm really grateful that we do have the generator. Another item that you want to think about is your clothing. I would not suggest bringing a whole lot of clothes, because wherever you're going to stay, you don't know if you're going to have, well, you do know if you're going to have a washer and dryer, but most of the places that I've stayed in here, they didn't have a dryer. So although it might have had a washer or didn't, I learned my first and second trip, don't bring something that takes a long time to dry, because you're either going to have to leave it outside and have it dry in the sun, or leave it in the house and have it air dry. The apartment, there are so many questions that you need to ask before you agree to an apartment. When you rent something through Marketplace, more than likely they're going to ask you for the first month's deposit. I think they call it a garantia. And that's the first month's rent. So let's say it's 400 US. You're going to pay them 800 US. And then when you leave, they're supposed to give you that 400 back, as long as you didn't tear anything up.